The BBC's disinformation correspondent, who's in charge of the new fact-checking program called BBC Verify, is going to be exposed as a liar right here in this video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tousi TV, the channel that challenges the corporate media and the political establishment, from the left-wing nutters to the globalist elite. Also, do you know what time it is? Oh yes, it's time to fact-check the fact-checkers, especially BBC Verify. Oh, this is going to be fun. We have talked recently about this woman, Marianna Spring. Marianna Spring is in charge of BBC Verify. Her job at the BBC is to challenge and tackle the issues of fake news and disinformation and misinformation and information and everything. She claims to be fact-checking everything, but somehow she's only going after random anonymous right-wing accounts, so-called right-wing accounts or nationalist accounts or populist accounts to try to expose them. She's not actually doing her job because she's not holding the establishment to account. Now, that's one thing. But maybe, at least, she does have some values, virtue, and she knows that she could be the goddess of morality. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, Marianna Spring is a bit of a liar, according to her own CV. There's been a couple of other issues around this whole thing, but one example I'm going to talk about, you might have heard on the social media. Marianna Spring, back in 2018, tried to apply for a job at Coda State. Coda is basically a news website, and the whole team was supposed to be covering Russia. It was supposed to be based in Russia, Moscow, basically. And Marianna Spring was very excited about that, and she put some stuff on her CV because she was covering the World Cup in Russia before, and she actually said that she has previously worked with Sarah Rainsford, who is the BBC's Moscow correspondent. So this is a few years ago. This is before Marianna Spring got this job as a disinformation or misinformation correspondent and BBC Verify host. So she claimed that she has worked with Sarah and others in the past in Moscow, in Russia. How? Oh yeah, she basically told the co-founder of Coda Story, Natalia Antalava, that I have experience and I have actually worked with some senior people, including the BBC's Moscow correspondent. Her own CV actually stated, this is Mariana, stated that she reported on international news during the 2018 World Cup, specifically the perception of Russia, with BBC correspondent Sarah Rainsford. So this is what her CV actually claimed. Then we discovered that was a lie. And the co-founder of Coda Story, that news website that she was trying to get the job at, didn't like that very much, and she responded to obviously Marianna saying, you know, you're not going to get the job. So Marianna tried to defend herself, saying, well, I've only bumped into Sarah while she was working and chatted to her at various points, but nothing more. Everything else on my CV is entirely true. So it's not really a good start. That, you know, I know a lot of people obviously tweak certain things on their CVs or exaggerate. That happens a lot. But those people are not really claiming to be the fact checkers at the BBC. Those people are not claiming to be the god of morality, to go out there and find fake news and disinformation from other sources. This is the problem, Marianna. Anyway, the co-founder of Coda Story came back and told Marianna that telling me that you are a brilliant reporter who exercises integrity and honesty when you have literally demonstrated the opposite was a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah, I don't think she was too happy with Marianna Spring at that time. But this is all now coming out because, ironically, Marianna Spring has now made herself a big target. Do you know why? Because this whole BBC Verify show, whatever we think of it as a concept, is not actually about BBC Verify. You look at their social media, look at the BBC iPlayer page if you actually bother. It's all about Marianna Spring. It's her face everywhere. It's the Marianna Spring show. It's not really about the concept. It's basically an ego trip. That's what it is. So she has made herself a massive target. So if you've done wrongdoings in the past, considering you work for a public institution, it's not really a private company, you don't have your own business, it's a publicly funded and linked, connected institution, the BBC. So you're going to be scrutinized. And now she's going out there saying, yeah, I've got a lot of haters. And of course, there'll be some bad people who send her threats and everything else. But every criticism is not the same as the threat that you are getting. So this is the whole issue that we have. Diane Abbott used to do the same thing. Diane Abbott used to get a few very, very rogue and extreme threats against her and her life. And then she was putting those threats in the same category as any criticism. So you weren't even allowed to criticize her because you will be called an extremist. That's the problem we have with the establishment narrative. Anyway, I thought you guys want to know what Mariana Spring was up to recently. She has not tweeted over the last 4 days until now. I've been checking today, Friday, the 8th of September. We'll see if she's going to start tweeting soon or not. I think she's been advised not to tweet for a while. Let me know what you think. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.